Have any of you even seen Divine Gate? Do you even know what it's about? Please let me know in the comments down below if you do, because I sure didn't. Just a little warning before I start the review. I am going to spoil the shit out of this anime. But it's not like it even matters, since you're not gonna know what's going on in the anime either way. But now, on to review. Nothing that bad, to be honest. I enjoyed the style of it all. They have this nice contrasty hair and shadows and stuff, which I'm impressed with. At points it goes all 3D, it does some cool stuff with the camera, and overall it's a pretty decent experience. Now, what I didn't like that much was where part of the screen was just split into different colors, like this. Some other anime also do the same thing, but I'm not really a big fan of this. It just feels like cheap stylization to me. Holy shit, I'm going to be honest here. After the first watch through, I had no clue what was going on. It juggles so many different plot lines, so many different characters. They introduce 7 new main characters in the 4th episode and then pretty much instantly kill them without any payoff. It took me around 4 hours to make this comprehensible plot deduction that I'm gonna give you right now. So if you're still confused after this, well, imagine how the anime turned out. One other thing, the characters are plain as fuck. Not gonna go into it too much, but the way the anime helps you differentiate between characters, since there are so many, is by giving them different hair colors. Now that's all fine and dandy, but the problem arises when you have already spent the whole color spectrum and have to think of a new color for the new character, but you can't because there is no new color. So you give them the same color as the one that already exists. And that's a real problem, because there are like 20 different main characters here. Okay, so I did some research, and according to Wikipedia there's actually 41 different mainish characters here. That's probably why everyone has so generic names. No, fuck off, plots. I'm not gonna give a summary yet, I haven't done ranting about names. I'm just gonna quickly go over the naming convention in the anime. So, most of the characters' names aren't unique or Japanese as you have come to expect. Instead, they get their names from famous works of art or literature or some other random crap. So we end up with characters named Othello, Macbeth, Shakespeare, Oz, Dorothy. We have Nordic gods over here, freaking Santa Claus. And this gets extremely messy since they don't have anything to do with the real life counterparts. Now, I put off the plot this far, but that's because I don't really want to talk about it. I know you're already confused, maybe a bit triggered, but we must focus here. Just blank out your mind right now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we're ready now. No, we're not! We start off in a train with one of the worst plot expositions I've ever seen in an anime. A random criminal shouts what's going on in the world to a random passerby, even though everyone knows it because it was a major event in the world. That's even dumber than having to explain the world through a radio. But we find out that this divine gate exists, and it has the power to change the world. Or it already has changed it, I'm not really sure, don't look it up. Then we saw 3 main characters, the blonde, the redhead and the greenhead. See, pretty easy to understand now, right? We get to know that the green and red are part of a police force and the blonde is a lone wolf. Then we see that something has happened to Blonde in his childhood. His parents were murdered, apparently by him, so everybody just stays away from him. Honestly, you don't have to remember anything about the edginess here since the anime itself forgets in a couple episodes. Red and Green are told to recruit Blonde by their leader. His name was Lancelot, I think. Or was it King Arthur? Not sure. The plan is to go to Divine Gate because apparently it grants a wish to people who enter. The red one wants his father back, the green one wants his friend back, and the blonde wants his family back, I think. Or no, was it his brother? Oh, I just remembered. There was one clip where Blonde was eating his soup with ice cubes in it. And the explanation is that his heart can't tolerate warm stuff. so he has to eat everything cold. And guess what it has to do with the anime? A. Weakness brought up in the future episodes. B. Jack shit for edginess. Or C. A major plot point where he has to overcome his demons and warm up to other people. It's B. It's not even worth the gag, it's just completely useless edgy crap. See, this part has been pretty easy to understand, right? Let's recap. 3 main characters, 3 wishes. Well, too bad, this isn't how it goes at all. So then we get to see this round table discuss about the Divine Gate. Now, there we meet Loki. He has this half face covered in mask because it represents the duality of his personality by having part of him being open and then we also see the round table, or actually some scientists, developing a new weapon in the form of a person machine type thing. But they already have these weird orbs where weapons come out of. And also some people have activated Nordic gods to protect the Divine Gate. Because corporations are evil and somehow they get money from it. And they also have superpowers now. But what a twist! 7th episode through, fuck the 3 main child characters. Now we're going with the round table who want to actually destroy the Divine Gate. So they get up and do exactly that. They head off to destroy the Divine Gate. And as mentioned before, they fucking die. Pretty quickly. Like, here's a good idea. Before making an epic battle fight scene with a lot of characters and a lot of deaths, actually make sure that the viewer is invested in the people fighting, so the deaths would actually mean something. I couldn't give a shit what happened at that point. I didn't even know which side to cheer on, because the anime really didn't explain that much. I thought the Nordic gods were good, but apparently they weren't. But then, Santa appears and tells something. The one who led the round table actually gets killed pretty close to the Divine Gate by... because Arthur has been mind controlled. But it's fine because his mind is actually trapped in a Horcrux. Yes, that's the closest thing imaginable, because his soul is in a piece of a pendant or some shit. And now Shakespeare appears and traps the 3 main child they are still in there. Traps the 3 main child protagonists in his stories, in her stories, sorry. But since they are the main characters, they also escape. And the main evil characters tell Shakespeare that not to worry, she's still needed in the future. So she never appears in the anime again. And bam! We're at the Divine Gate. I hope you really paid attention what's happened this far. Because I didn't. Just forget what happened in between. All you have to know is 3 children, 3 wishes. So the 3 guys are finally here, ready to make their wishes come true, to fulfill their dreams. After letting countless amounts of main characters die, getting this far and... No. They decide to just no. They're not gonna go in. They decide to not go in. Because it's not a burden a normal person can bear. That's it. And oh, the good part here is that the people they wanted to save, the main reason why they went there, the father, the brother, the friend that they wanted to save with their dreams coming true, they actually met them. They met them in the way to the Divine Gate, and they sacrificed themselves for the children to reach the Divine Gate. Oh, and the characters who died before, well, they're alive now because they're immortal or something. This is not okay. What even is there to conclude? The anime is shit. It can't focus on the main characters. It introduces so many of them that it can't keep up with all of them. Like, imagine getting to know all the characters in Game of Thrones, but meeting them in the first quarter of the season. They don't tell one main story, but instead try to focus on everybody's wishes and viewpoints, so it's just a big clusterfuck of ideas. The fucking Divine Gate isn't even a gate, it's a scale. It's a total of 7 bads out of good. Thanks for sticking with me for this long. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave a like, comment, and I'll see you next week with another triggering anime review. Peace.